Welcome to the Hustle Wing podcast. Today we are joined by Patrick Bishops, CEO at Reroute Americas. Now, Reroute Americas is a company dedicated to supporting restaurant industry in meeting the challenges of supply and demand, food safety, and third-party delivery platforms. Hi there, Patrick. How are you doing? And thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm doing very well, thank you.
Thanks. Now, I mentioned that, the company is dedicated to supporting the restaurant industry. I am, however, interested in a little bit of the story behind the formation of the company. What sort of triggered this specific sort of idea around coming up with a solution to sort of dedicate some resources towards the restaurant industry?
Certainly. So, actually, believe it or not, started on a golf trip out in California where they use a lot of sustainable products. They had a straw that was made out of agave from the byproduct, the agave plant. And I was very interested in I tracked down the manufacturer of the agave straw. And they were two young guys just out of college, just started. They didn't really have a sales team. But they were making a great product that's very eco-friendly. That meets a lot of the single-use plastic ban requirements. So we took a shot. We ordered a full truck, which is 30 full pallets of their straws, and we went to work. Started selling them to restaurants, hotels, and anybody that was looking to eliminate single-use plastic. So that's how we started. Was a golf trip, getting a drink at a bar. So.
I am interested though in when you look back when you guys started, how has the journey been and what have been some of the learnings and developments within the space?
Well, so we started off with just straws, but now we carry over 300 different sustainable items for the restaurant, hotel, and entertainment industry. I think one of the things that I've learned that's become very apparent is that there's a great demand and need for sustainability, and that people are willing to pay for it. It doesn't necessarily need to be expensive. We do it very cost effectively. We're actually cheaper than plastic in a lot of areas that we support. But it's something that's growing that I don't think is ever going to go away. But this younger generation really demands that we have better products that are better suited for the planet.
Sure. Tell us more a little bit about these third-party delivery platforms. What does that look like?
So one of the things that we have the advantage of doing is that we warehouse all the product ourselves throughout our warehouses. For instance, in the state of Florida, we have one in Las Vegas, Los Angeles, San Diego. But then we also distribute it. So our third-party delivery platform is we actually will deliver the product rather than taking it to an outside distributor. Therefore, we control a lot of the cost. We can keep the cost down for the end user. And what has allowed us to do is, rather than by growing organically, so we look for people that are looking for a couple extra hours, maybe on top of their existing job. And as long as they're qualified, and licensed and they carry insurance on their vehicle, we pay them an hourly rate to do deliveries for us and be a representative of Reroute Americas. But it doesn't necessarily need to be a full-time job. And we've had a lot of success bringing people on in temporary positions like that.
Nice. And, sort of segue into my next question just around those opportunities, because we do have a network of folks who are sort of, looking for gigs of this nature. And so if someone, sitting at home is sort of trying to figure out how to get into the space, what would that process look like? Is there a platform that one can go into and sign up? Walk us through that process.
Yeah, you would go to our website, which is www.rerouteamericas.com. And we have a site would join our team. So you would just fill out the information there. The email goes to our HR department. And you can be as detailed as you want, with your resume about what you'd be looking for. And I think it's a great opportunity for us to grow the company by not having necessarily to be full-time people, but if they show capability, we can. But we're looking besides just drivers. We also look for warehouse people. So, people that can load trucks and unload trucks, but we also look for salespeople. You'd be surprised, how many of our products are out there that everyone uses and everyone's familiar with about. I mean, it's an easy sales pitch as anybody else's. Like, I don't know if you've ever used paper straws, right? Paper straws, the intent is very good behind them, right? Which was to eliminate single-use plastic. The problem that you have is that those things start to break apart the minute they're in the drink. You can't use it for more than one drink. So the agave straw for us it can last up to 9 days in water. So you don't have to keep on reusing it or getting a new one. But any person that's had any type of social experience, gone out and saw a paper straw, can easily sell and know the difference between our straw, the agave straw, and a paper straw.
Yeah, yeah. You know, you sort of speak to also the importance of understanding how dynamic a product is. I want us to go back, you know, to the journey of creating this platform and this organization. I'm interested in some of the, you know, maybe challenges that you faced throughout the years as the organization was sort of expanding and growing. What did those look like, and how did you overcome those?
Well, certainly the first and foremost biggest challenge is cash flow. Because when you start off, you don't have a lot of credit with these large manufacturers, so you got to figure out a way to either have a lot of investors back you, or you get crafty and create some type of deals with these manufacturers until you get better footing with them and you get better credit terms. So the one thing that's been really strenuous as we started the company, especially how quickly we've grown, is having enough cash to continue to make sure that we have supply in our warehouses. So we've got several investors. We're talking to investors every day to expand the brand. Everyone loves the idea. Everyone loves the opportunity. It's not right for everybody, but that's probably the biggest challenge. And then the other thing is, down here in Florida, last year we were, less than a year into business, but really hit our stride. And then we got hit with Hurricane Ian, and we had 90% of Fort Myers Beach, Sanibel, Captiva. Those were all three areas that were massively hit by Hurricane Ian last year. And we woke up the next day and 40% of our business was gone. And when you're doing a startup and me personally, my wife and I, we sold our house to put our money in the business, and you wake up and 40% of your business is gone. It's a little daunting. So, but it forced us, as they laughed because I gave the speech that we had one day to feel sorry for ourselves, but it's time to go back to work. And we pivoted. So we opened up the Orlando market and the Tampa market. And here we are now. We're an official partner with the Tampa Bay Rays for the next 5 years. We're their official sustainable cutlery and straw partner. We just landed deals with the Minnesota Twins and the Colorado Rockies. So Major League Baseball has paid attention to us. And if you would have told me 2 years ago when we started this that we'd be in Major League Baseball parks, I would have said I doubt it. But here we are now. So it's exciting.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And I mean, it looks like, as I was going to ask and mention, that the restaurant space is constantly, growing. And so I was also interested maybe in you maybe expanding a little bit more around some of the projects that you guys are working on. Are there any upcoming projects or any current dynamic and innovative projects that Reroute Americas is working on at the moment?
Well, we're the one thing that's great about technology, and especially this younger generation, they keep coming up with different ways and means and products that are better for the planet. You use the example of the paper straw from several years ago, but now you have straws that are made from marine waste, that are completely marine biodegradable. They're made from old clamshells and stuff like that. It's just every day is a surprise. But I love the resiliency of this generation that has learned that no one else is going to do it but them, and solve the climate and the eco-friendly crisis that we have. So I'm really amazed by that. So we constantly work in conjunction with that. We hire interns and put them with our manufacturers so they can learn, hey, this is what goes into making a straw, for instance. So we have one person that successfully made a straw out of banana peels, which was as a high school level contest that we did, but it's amazing. So we are constantly looking for and expanding our offerings to every restaurant, hotel. The difficult part with a lot of these, individually or family owned restaurants is they're also very budget conscious. And, making a change towards sustainability can be a little bit more expensive, but the alternative is, styrofoam's got to go. And it's the cheapest thing out there from an expense standpoint. So I understand when I see it in a restaurant why people have it. But sooner or later, if they don't get in front of it, they're really going to be hurting because, styrofoam is starting to get banned in a lot of counties in the United States. So, but what we've done is we've partnered with manufacturers to get that pricing down. That is actually, for a lot of our restaurants and hotels, our bagasse, which is made from the byproduct of sugarcane, which will look exactly like a styrofoam, but it's a better material, thicker, and holds a lot better. we at times are able to offer it for less expensive than they've been buying styrofoam, and that's kind of our goal, is to get them out of styrofoam and start using an eco-friendly product. So every day we're looking for opportunities and projects that can kind of eliminate those things that we know are very harmful for the planet.
Yeah, yeah. You speak a lot around eco-friendliness, and I'm wondering, maybe, would you say that it would be quite imperative for most restaurants, I think globally and maybe even in America, to sort of start investing a lot in eco-friendly products? Would you say that that would be the next move that would probably be beneficial for restaurants?
Well, I think it is, and I gave a keynote speech last year to the Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce, their tourism board, because the statistics show you that that's where customers are going, which is 73% of all tourists look for a sustainable option when they're picking their destination and or their hotel. On top of that, 43%, you're talking about a $13 trillion industry. 43% of those same people are willing to pay more for sustainable products. So you can make the justification for making the switch because people are willing to pay a little bit more, knowing that they're doing better for the planet. So the research is there. And so it is smart. And it is the restaurants that get ahead of it. I mean, now that you have social media and there's all these groups dedicated to best restaurants and stuff like that, people do the advertising for you. I mean, we get social media posts all the time saying, "Oh, Reroute, your product needs to be in this restaurant. You guys need to go there." And I love it. I mean, we've got our social media sales force out there, and it is. We could be everywhere if we wanted to tomorrow because, like I said, it's not just the price, it's the customer service, but it's a great product that everyone knows is better for the planet and people want it and they're willing to pay for it. So to your point, yeah, the restaurants have a great opportunity right now to get in front of and be a problem solver along with us.
Nice, nice. You speak of social media. I would like you to maybe also just share with our network that folks that are interested in wanting to look up the organization. Where can they find you online? And what are the handles? And also, if there's a website, where what can they punch in to look for that?
Certainly. So the main platforms that we use are Instagram, which is, our handles at Reroute Americas. Facebook is also Reroute Americas. And then LinkedIn, we do a lot of professional network on that too. And that's going to be under Reroute Americas. So the good news is that name wasn't really taken. So we didn't have to do too much. We didn't have to do too much thinking behind the marketing of that. But we're active every day on social media. We highlight our customers, our clients, our products. We solicit people for work, everything. So, we haven't mastered TikTok yet. And there's only 24 hours in a day for me right now. So I'm good where we're at, but I think we always could be doing more. So.
Yeah, yeah. Before I let you go, Patrick, I just wanted to ask, is the organization, can it be found nationwide, or is there a specific area if, there are folks that are interested, as you mentioned earlier on, in joining the team?
Well, certainly. So two factors. We're very dominant in Florida because this is where most of our warehousing, our distribution is done. So we've got boots on the ground here. But like I said, we have other warehouses throughout the West, and we ship directly from any of our warehouses so people can buy the product online. So like I said, if someone's looking for, I mean, we have, a couple, side hustle people in LA and San Diego that do deliveries for us. So we're always looking for more drivers for that, but even sales. We work on commission basis for some people if they just want to do it part time, but they're able to move product for us and stuff like that. We're happy to reward them for that.
Thank you so much. That was
Mhm.
Patrick Bishop-Stokes from Reroute Americas. Thank you so much for your time, Patrick.
Thank you so much. Really enjoyed it. Appreciate it.
Thank you.